What's up, y'all? It's your boy Shazde. Well, here we go. My thoughts on The King, the Legend, the Greatest. Thalapathy Vijay's latest film, Varisu. In the last decade or so, there's been four films that has truly satisfied me as an overall movie experience from start to finish. There's been many Thalapathy films where you walk out saying Thalapathy was good in it. There's a portion of the film that I liked or loved. For example, Big Hill, a film overall I did not like, but I love the vibrant story. And there's been many occasions of such examples. But overall, in the last decade or so, four films that has truly overall satisfied me as a movie has been Tupaki, Katti, Teri, and Master. And I'm here to say Varisu is one amongst them. Yes. Oh, yes. Vamshi, S.Thaman, Thalapathy is officially a combo to look forward to that I cannot wait for it to repeat once again. What made Varisu satisfying? For me, it was the fact that it was a movie beyond a Thalapathy film. And the Thalapathy film element only elevated the film itself. So Vamshi did not only make a Thalapathy film, he made a good film. And that has been the trajectory Thalapathy is heading for this new decade forward. The Choice of Master, even Beast, even though that didn't work out, and especially for me coming off Beast, a movie that really hurt my soul, very disappointed. Like that was hard to shake it off, and I finally shook Beast off after watching Varisu. So I've been carrying Beast for that long. But Varisu, there's been a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of uncertainties with everything that's been coming out. Even the good stuff, people took it with a grain of salt. And for Vamshi to come in and deliver a film that now I consider one amongst Thalapathy's best is a true testament to what kind of a filmmaker Vamshi is. Because what I also loved about Varisu is that there was an actual filmmaker behind it. So I'm somebody who loves when a filmmaker can take a very basic, simple, whatever you want to call it, mundane story and elevate and give it a specific vision that makes it exciting to experience. That is what a true director does. There was an actual filmmaking process behind it. The shot compositions were fantastic. There's a lot of visual emotional connotations to a lot of these things. The dialogues were efficient. It was precise. The sentiment element of it all never overstayed its welcome. And many may have known when it comes to Indian cinema, sentimental, emotional films, it's not for me. There hasn't been a film that I really love in that category or genre when it comes to Indian cinema, but Varisu had a story to tell, and everything, even the commercialization, were all tied in. Whether it was a strong root or a weak root, it was all tied in to the actual narrative, characters, and story. And that was super impressive and very, very satisfying for me to experience. Is this film a revolutionary family drama masterpiece? Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a filmmaker took a subject that we are all familiar with and actually made it good, actually made it exciting, actually delivered character arcs. There's many emotional elements in the film that's been executed and told through visual storytelling, through actors' emotional body languages. from specific shots, from close-ups, shots of hands. A lot of it is told visually, versus most sentimental family dramas feels or seems to need to be said in words. That's what makes Vamshi a very, very good filmmaker. For me, when a filmmaker can emotionally immerse me through their visual execution, that is far more impressive and far more impactful than just speaking words on a screen. Also, got a shout out to Vivek. Did a wonderful job with the dialogues. Very efficient, very clear. I love there are certain conversations that leads and ends with no answers, and you get the answers much, much later. There's a complete arc and complete setups to whatever happens in the second half. Anything with intention, setup, and purpose is always far more impressive and far more rewarding than something just comes through out of nowhere just for the sake of it being a commercial genre. Now, let's talk about S.Thaman. He proved his fanboyism that he's been carrying and speaking about. This dude killed it. The BGM, the score of the fucking movie was next level, pure straight fire. It was on a whole different playing field. It was hype. It was elevating so many of the moments and scenes, and he gave so much variations. We don't get one theme music. We get multiple theme music. The villain has a great theme music. The beat, the sound design was next level, pure straight fire. I effing loved it. Jimmy Kiponu, which that was incredible. Rashmika looked insane. Thalapathy was on a whole different playing field. Jimmy Kiponu was amazing. And there was a family dance number that was also very fantastic. Shobi Master should be the official choreographer for Thalapathy. He just gets Thalapathy. He gets Thalapathy's grace, his mannerism. He gives it all in his in those songs that he choreographed. Ranjit Deme was fine. I thought it was as good as what we saw on YouTube, but there was nothing more. But it was fine. It was fine for what it was. Vataleva was next level, pure straight fire as well. Yeah, the songs were great. The Soul of Odyssey was beautiful. I love the way how that was shot and executed. It is a template commercial film. You get a couple of fights, you get a couple of songs, you get, small little romance, you get it all. But Vamshi was able to beautifully bridge it all out. It had a very smooth transition to me. So walking in knowing this about to be a commercial film of the old days, of a traditional days, Vamshi delivered one for the modern era. The cast and the casting was brilliant. Everybody did a very, very good and very, very fine jobs. And Thalapathy's performance was amazing. I love during the emotional moments how he holds back. A lot of it is very internal. And in the other aspects of the film, he's more lighter. He's more of that Sachin early Thalapathy comedic days. That was great. We got to see a very old school, very freeing Thalapathy, and that was very exciting to experience. When it comes to the villain, Prakash Raj, it was quite one note. There wasn't much there. It was more so a hurdle they had to cross and nothing significant. But the movie had so much else that was going for and much better threats and much better hurdles they had to come across. I think overall that element served its purpose for the connection it had with the other brothers and what that means if you've seen the film. Also, I must say I absolutely adored the ending. Purposeful, beautifully shot, beautifully composed, and I love how it goes to black and we get the credit. I thought that was well done. Tamil cinema, I think in Indian cinema in general, has a problem with how to actually finish a movie. The last final shot, the last final conclusion of running the credits. Most movies always do the most, but Vamshi had a purpose, had a vision, and when the movie ends, you walk out with it. I love this music they went with during the credits. It wasn't a hit song like a Rajadime or whatever. It was still part of the essence of the film, and you walk out with that movie. That's what I've been talking about. A filmmaker did his job. A filmmaker executed a film. There was a man behind the orchestra. And I'm looking forward to Vamshi working with Thalapathy once more. And hopefully, an action movie. Because Vamshi got that element. There's an element in this movie, a moment in the movie where the lighting, the color grading, the spirit, everything changes, the tone changes when Thalapathy enters a different world. Vamshi got that dark side in him, and maybe we could see a full-fledged film in that regard. Like I mentioned previously, Vamshi has that skill set to tell a story within the genre of commercial films and being able to tie and link everything to the soul of the movie itself. My expectations walking in was to receive a film in the vein of Friends, Vasigara, and Sachin. And this movie was more or less that, and even something more for the modern era of commercial cinema. With all that being said, guys, that is my overall thoughts on Varisu. Let me know what y'all felt, what was the experience, and what did you like about the movie, or some of the things that you didn't necessarily connect with. Let me know all of it on the comments down below. And as always, thank y'all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and see y'all on my next one. Salute.